Hey guys, welcome to Daddy's Money Garage. Today we are trespassing behind the Walmart, right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, a little bit different, than the Publix I normally trespass at. And, I guess I wanted to talk about, we're all inclusive of every vehicle we own at Daddy's Money Garage. And hot rodding is generational. Those vehicles change depending on, I guess, the time period that you're building them. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance because we got Garrett's car.
I'm not dead, I'm here.
So, you know, everybody has just clicked off of this video now, I think.
Probably.
Yeah. So, I know nothing about this car. Okay, like Japanese cars were something that I did not even mess with at all. But you do.
Yep.
So, explain exactly what this is.
This is my 2001 Lexus IS 300. And this is my daily driver. It might not look like it should be daily driven. It probably looks like crap compared to what you're normally used to seeing.
It probably looks like it shouldn't be driven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's the style factor. I'm a big style person. You know me from the Charger. Well, I got my hand in pretty much about everything.
Tuner cars.
Tuner cars, domestic cars, some trucks, motorcycles, whatever floats your boat, I'm pretty much there.
And
but,
these cars in particular have got a little party trick in that they used to be the cheapest way to get the glorious super engine that has 1,000 horsepower from the factory with no mods. You heard me.
So basically, entry level, I guess, Japanese car enthusiasts, you go after your Civics and stuff like that. Well, if you wanted something a little bit more beefier, you'd go for a Nissan, Infiniti, Toyota, or Lexus. And you'd be on that upper tier, as they say. But I never really liked this car, and now I've grown attached to this car.
That's pretty much with every car that we have all ever owned.
Yeah, pretty much. So the same thing about the Charger. We didn't really like it, now it's attached to it.
So the first owner of this car would be like usually some kind of like corporate businessman in a suit that could afford like a $50,000 car.
I think it retailed back in the day for maybe about $20,000.
Wow.
Of course, back in the day that was a lot.
Yeah.
Do what?
Really?
They were not that cheap.
Yeah, when they first rolled out, 240SXs were the same thing.
So I know nothing about Japanese cars.
They're about, when they first came out, they're about a $10,000 car.
Wow. So,
and now you can kind of scrape them up, but with the economy and everything that's happening, they're getting really hard to come by now.
And now you're seeing this in second owner configuration.
Third, fourth,
Third,
I don't
fourth,
know.
fifth. You know, these start out by, being owned by people that wear ties, and then they turn into this. But it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is really, like, this was our generation of hot rodding. It's not the whole, small block V8 kind of thing, but these things were attainable for us when we were younger. So
yeah.
A lot of people, our age ended up with these things, and they know these cars. So even though it's kind of, it may be different than something than what you're used to, this is really these kind of cars are really what sparked a passion for our generation to work on them.
Pretty much.
And Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Tokyo Drift.
Yep. So show what has been done to this car.
When I first got this car, it had no front bumper, had stock wheels, cut springs, blown struts, no rear bumper. I think the wrecked pieces of it were inside. The sunroof didn't work. My illegal window tint was not there. Yes, I said illegal.
He genuinely has a cop gunning after him because of that red window tint.
In a different county. Anytime I pass through a county, whether it be city streets or on the highway, he guns for me. And ironically enough, when I built this and I put it all together, it was only this one. It was the only one that had white wheels. It was black with red tint. Somebody else cloned my car and wound up going into that county and got pulled over.
They got your ticket?
They got my ticket because it was a clone of my car that just had different wheels, and that cop gunned through traffic to get him thinking it was me.
That's great.
I wound up getting a phone call being, hey, did you get pulled over? I was like, no, man, I'm at work. What's up? They're like, oh, well, looks like your car got pulled over by the same cop that's been pulling you over and gunning after you. I was like, no, man, I've been at work since 7:30 this morning. And it was like 10. He goes, well, I was going to turn around, I'm gonna let that ship sail, and he just kept going.
That's just like a typical occurrence with these kind of cars.
It really is.
Let's go to the backside so you can see what's been done to this thing. Because oh man.
So
wait, hold up.
Shock Pikachu.
Wait.
Shock Pikachu.
You know, okay. Let me just ask you a question here. Okay, I am not in the tuner culture, but why is it that every one of these cars has like a bunch of like emotional sad stickers on it?
Okay, so let's just dive into that.
Is this just putting your depression on your vehicle?
So that's what they call the sad boy motto, or being a sad boy. It's just kind of like one of those, hey, look at me type thing. Somebody thought it was cool to write sad with boy being B-O-I instead of B-O-Y. Why? I don't know.
Because misspelling things is cool.
Yeah.
Peep. Huh?
Blame it on Little Peep.
Blame it on Little Peep? Yeah, John.
Yeah. So, I don't have anything like that on my car because I'm not a sad boy. I'm just one of those things. I'm genuinely happy in my life. Why should I be like, oh, sad boy, mafia? Nothing.
That's why I don't get depressed when I look at it.
I ride low, I scrape, I brake, and most importantly, I daily drive this car.
It can't go in my driveway.
It can't go in his driveway.
Because parts break off of it.
Yeah, like, so you might notice that I can barely put my shoe underneath up here. It's got like 3-finger width between my side skirt and the ground. That's the way I want to be. I want to be as close to the pavement as possible. A lot of people call me an asphalt cowboy because I am. If I hit a pothole, oops, I break something, I'm playing the game. It's just like if you build a big block V8 and you're just like, okay, you break something, are you going to fix it or are you just going to trash it? I wound up going through this car pretty much front to rear, trying to make it my own. It's the passion. That's what it is. And I watch a lot of people over in Japan, over there, and Japan's on a whole nother level. And I take that and I put it into this car. That's the reason why.
Oh yeah, the exhaust is a good example of that.
The Stinger exhaust.
I call this the ankle breaker.
So I did this myself. It's not the best, but I have a shop at my disposal. I wanted it louder.
Yeah, Garrett's the only one that's actually a mechanic.
I've been a mechanic since probably unprofessional 2010, professional 2014. So I got some time underneath my belt. But I've always messed with these and old school muscle cars.
Do you even know what this means?
It's supposed to say okie dokie.
Okie dokie. So it's like...
Yeah,
like
basically it's okie dokie. I've got an air freshener of that symbol with legs and a hat running.
Do you even know what your shirt says?
What is it? Beataboo, lettuce, I think.
Yeah, that's
something.
I believe
like
that
beep beep lettuce.
That translates to beep beep lettuce.
And funny enough, with the exhaust, one morning I was going to work and I was tired, and I'm just running around and I'm just. I hit it so hard I broke one of the welds. So I have to fix that.
And if you don't know this symbol, this is for Slammed Enough. You go to like every meet.
I go to every show pretty much. You can find me there somewhere, whether I'm conscious or not, I'm there.
So let's get the tour.
Yeah. So give them the tour then. I'm gonna step away and you just handle it.
So, like I said, this is my 01 Lexus IS300. Currently, this car has 467,000 original miles. It's never been pulled apart.
You know you gotta show that.
I know. It's never been pulled apart. I've never messed with it. The most I've done to the drivetrain is I've changed the transmission fluid, oil, radiator fluid, and spark plugs. That's it. I left everything alone. It had a replacement LSD rear end in it and a right rear axle. That was it. And then I went through and did the suspension because it was all hacked and I don't know who had it before me, but they really didn't care. Then I bought the bumper, the lip kit, the side skirts, and over time I just kept buying the parts I wanted to put on the car. And I got a couple stickers here and there.
Those are where the horsepower comes from.
That's where the horsepower comes from.
That's the power right there.
Each
That's
one
the
of them is 15 horsepower, believe it or not, and probably half a quart of oil later.
Especially the Psyduck one.
Yeah, side.
Yeah.
So I picked up these wheels from a buddy of mine. They're actually pretty rare cosmic by Kiki's. They don't make them anymore. And when I tell you it's a pain to put tires on them, it's a triple stacked lip that comes out.
Yeah, because they stick out like an inch.
Mm-hmm. Try to get a tire over that.
I don't want to.
The actual bead starts way back here where this first line is. I don't know if you can see it, but halfway through there's a line in the lip. That's where it first starts. I have to pump up these tires to about 80 psi to get them to fully seat. Typical, like on a Cadillac in his car and other people's car, it's 35. That's all you need. I run about 45 to 50 all the way around. If you go less than 30, it'll debead and flatten. And
which has happened multiple times.
on my 4th set of tires.
Oh, here's something.
It sucks.
Here's something. This is foreign to Americans.
So when you look up IS300, you'll get this. No big deal. But then when you look up a Toyota Altezza, this is what will happen. You'll get the same car.
It's rebadged.
It was rebadged and it was right-hand drive. But you can still purchase the Altezza stuff to put on here. Like the front and rear lips are Altezzas. These are after actually drifting side skirts. This is from me carelessly coming out of my friend's driveway. It's okay, it's just $600 that I broke. And I picked these up off of eBay or Yahoo, I believe, options. They're auctions. They have that on the internet as well. And then I kind of just went through it. You know, it's just one of those things. I wanted to tinker with something. It's a great daily driver.
Great daily driver. Yeah, look at what it looks like through the windshield with the illegal tint.
It's actually not that bad.
It's pink.
I can't see anything.
Can't see anything.
It's really not that bad. People think it's bad, but when you're in it and driving, might show you later on, it's not that bad. Everything's like in a pink haze. If anybody has HIDs, LEDs, annoying light bars, it's red reflective chrome 5% stacked on top of 5%.
Illegal.
It's very illegal.
Highly illegal.
I don't really care. That's just the way
my
it
window
is.
tint's illegal too.
Right, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's common, but when you see something that's just reflective, you're like... So, I was like, well, whatever, you know. It actually beams the light back to the person and not in your face. So it actually helps me drive at night.
It's payback tint.
Payback tint,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Perfect.
And it's really not expensive. You just got to find a tint shop that'll do it. And I've got one guy that I might change this to green chrome or blue. He does gold, silver, anything you pretty much want on tint, I can get. It's one of those things.
So now you got to show people the mileage, like you said. This thing's got like almost 500,000 miles on it.
The mileage.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't believe me. They're like, oh my God, there's no way. Trust me. This thing leaks like a sieve.
Yeah, it does.
Anywhere I go, it's marking its territory. Trust me on that.
So we'll see if the camera will actually pick that up.
But it literally has 467,000 original miles.
You gotta see. Focus.
Yeah, take off the steering wheel.
Oh, easier. Bonk. Yep, 467,703.
And that's all original drivetrain, except for the rear diff and axle.
So these Toyotas will literally run forever.
Seriously. I changed the oil in it, or it leaks the oil. Either way, it's getting oil.
But anyway.
And I'm playing with my steering wheel, if you're wondering. This is a one-off steering wheel by Grip Royal, and what I have in my hands right here is about $700 worth of I shouldn't have bought this.
Good Lord.
It gets expensive. They make suede, this is actually etched so you can feel the petals and everything of the roses. It's pretty awesome. Grip Royal does a lot of things in different communities, not just tuner boys, but they also do racing stuff. They do drifting stuff. They do a wheel pretty much that suits your needs. Let's look at the engine. I'll show you exactly. You'll see. It's pretty bad.
So oh look, it's 1,000 horsepower.
Over exaggeration.
It's 1,200 horsepower. You know, stock. No
But
mods.
You can just see the oil seeping everywhere. I don't know if you can see that. All through here. Power steering also whines like a sieve.
Whines like a sieve?
It's just bad. Like, and that's just the way it is. This thing was just made different. If you look at cars nowadays, the newer Genesis coupes or this or that, they'll go through transmissions, they'll go through engines, a little bit of everything. But this is living proof that a 2001 Toyota almost has 500,000 miles and still fires up every day and takes me to work. I went to Louisville every weekend for about 3 months. There, back. I went out to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and back. I went to Memphis, Tennessee, and back.
It's just peak Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just.
It's also 12,000 horsepower.
I wish.
Yeah.
This is
66,000 horsepower.
66.
20 grand. I know what I got. No low ballers.
No low bars.
No
I know
low
what I
ballers.
got.
We know what we got.
But at the end of the day, this is my daily driver, and I'll continue to mess with it. It's just one of those things. It's just gonna sit in my Armada and get driven every day or every other day.
Yeah, because you have like 5 other cars.
The G-Net, yeah.
That you're gonna hear more about the G-Net when we actually like do a live show or something.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, I guess I guess that pretty much wraps it up.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, if you've watched this long, like and subscribe. Sorry if you've unsubscribed because we did a Japanese car, but you know.
Hey, it's one of those things. Hot rodding in different generations, or just tuning a car from different countries. It makes you a car enthusiast. That's what it's about.
This was our generation. We mess around with old cars now,
Yeah.
but this is where a lot of us got our start.
Yep.
And like and subscribe.
Do the YouTube things.
Do the YouTube stuff.
No name comment pinned down
I'll
the
pin the
bottom.
no name comment.
Pin it.
Everybody
probably here,
pin it.
right here.
Yeah. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Catch you in the next one.
Sounds good.